We had over 1 million subscribers on the newsletter list. We had over 150,000 members. A huge part of early success with that is having built that community of loyal followers. I had like that 3 a.m. epiphany that said, you have got to scale this app. Honestly, restarted everything with the business model. As time has gone by, the program has evolved. The past 10 years have just been one glow up after another.
What's one thing that you wish someone told you before you launched this thing? Hey, are you the founder and CEO of Outfit Formula's Alison Lumbatis?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. So, okay, this is kind of random, and I'm obviously not your core user. I'm just a guy trying to upgrade my fashion sense. Sometimes I have a hard time dressing myself. I kind of just wear the 3 same black t-shirts on rotation. I've been hearing about this app from every single female I know, which, isn't that many. But a meal planning app for your closet, sounds like a pretty popular thing these days, given you hit top 100 in the lifestyle category within like 8 months, which is crazy. So I figured I would just call you and ask you directly, what the heck is Outfit Formulas?
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's get into it. So Outfit Formulas, like you said, it's basically like meal planning for your closet. And hey, I am the last person to judge. Like, I'm a t-shirt and jeans girl. That's what you're going to find me in just about every day of the week. So, but really Outfit Formulas is bringing that technology in to create a wardrobe strategy system. We're helping make getting dressed easy. It's something that so many women struggle with. And I wanted to find a way that we could deliver a solution through technology to make this one of the easiest decisions that you have in your whole day.
That's incredible. So obviously this is an app now, and it probably needed to be an app. Why did you push it from blog to tech?
Yeah, so I've been doing style guides for like 10 years now. It seems like forever, but I started out as a blogger, as an influencer, and as time has gone by, the program has evolved from that first Word doc where we had the little shopping list that people could check off to PDFs, to delivering it in a membership site, to eventually being able to roll out a full-scale tech solution for it. And honestly, the past 10 years have just been one glow up after another that's been happening in the Outfit Formula space.
Amazing. So you were trying to solve a specific problem for your users that you kind of solved with the newsletter that you had going out. Why did you decide to turn that into an app? What was the solution that the app could solve?
The solution that the app could solve was really just bringing the basic concept of Outfit Formulas into a more simplified solution, something that was able to just walk them through the journey of pulling up the shopping list, being able to check off the items, being able to shop directly from that shopping list, accessing the retailers that way, having that monthly calendar at their fingertips, getting those notifications every morning, like, oh, here's my outfit of the day. Just really being able to lean into the technical solution of getting dressed and providing that daily guidance and that hand-holding that women were needing and looking for.
Of course. So it started out as this blog, this newsletter that you built to over 1 million subscribers. What was the final number count on that, and what is it at now?
Our old newsletter list, oh gosh, we've honestly restarted everything with the business model, right, including our subscriber list. But we had over 1 million subscribers on the newsletter list. We had over 150,000 members that went through our membership program. And we were just able to take that entire community and feed it into the app, which has been really a huge part of early success with that, is having built that community of loyal followers who were using Outfit Formulas for, hey, what are the seasonal trends this year? What pieces do I need to add to my closet? And really just giving them that foundation for building a core basics wardrobe and then the pieces that they need to add on from there.
Of course. What was the first version of the app like? Going through that development process, I know there's a lot of improvements and upgrades you make, and you get a lot of user feedback. What was that process like? What was that first version looking like?
Honestly, we tried to put way too much into it. I feel like one of the reasons women come to us is because they feel overwhelmed. And when the program was in the membership site, it was a bit overwhelming. We put so much information in there, and I really had to take some steps back. I think we were about 6 months into the process whenever I woke up in the middle of the night, like these are the stories you hear about, and you're like, is this really real? But I had like that 3 a.m. epiphany that said, you have got to scale this app back to the barest bones basics analytics that you're providing, because it needs to just be a very simplified version of that. And that's exactly what we did. Our MVP was truly just peeling it back to the very basic core elements of the program and then perfecting from that point forward.
Is there anything you thought would really hit right off the bat on the app that you maybe had to take away or change and just optimize based on that user feedback?
So many things. It was hard because of course, you want to include all the things, right? But one of the things that we're rolling out right now is a closet cleanout assistant, so that we're making it easy for women to go through a flow within the app when they're trying to decide what pieces to get rid of. Because what most women don't realize is that building your wardrobe starts with a clean closet. You've got to get rid of the things that you're not wearing in order to rebuild from that place. And they don't want to hear that at first because it's scary and nobody wants to clean their closet out. But we're rolling something out in V2 right now that is really going to make it easy. It's a no-brainer. You go through and you're going to be able to swipe. Do I still love this item? Yes or no? Would I buy this piece again? Have I worn it within 6 months? Does it still fit and flatter my body? Like, we're going to have that litmus test of questions in the app. And that's something that we didn't want to overwhelm our users with in our MVP of the app and our V1. And I'm glad that we held off on that, because I feel like it's going to be a really fun tool for them to be able to utilize now that they're kind of into the meat of what we're doing.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about growth for a second. So obviously you're an influencer, you've had this audience, right? And you were able to transition a lot of those people over to the app along with your newsletter, right? What other growth levers were you pulling from a user acquisition standpoint?
Really, honestly, community has obviously been our biggest growth lever that we pulled up to this point. But paid ads have been performing extremely well for us. It's really, if we can pour the fuel on the fire, if we've got the cash and we're able to do it, that we can turn that on at any point in time and know that our user acquisition is in a really good place.
100%. What would you tell, because I know you were bootstrapped, what would you tell a newer founder that's getting started with, let's say, a paid ads approach, very early stage?
Yeah, I think you've really got to dial it in. You've got to dial it in and figure out who your people are. I had the luxury of knowing my niche beforehand. A lot of people don't. And really just creating those lookalike audiences was crucial. And you have really got to dial it in. And, whether it's $100 a day or whatever you can afford at the time, just start experimenting and turn off the ads that aren't working and keep pouring fuel on the fire on the ones that are. As an influencer too, I kind of had a unique opportunity to see what was performing well organically. And you don't have to be an influencer to see what performs well organically, right? If you've got even a smaller following and you're seeing things that are really kind of hitting a nerve with your audience, take that and turn it into an ad. We've seen, honestly, the most success with that. And we've had virality over and over again just by leaning into what is really just striking a nerve with our community right now.
Absolutely. Can't emphasize that enough, being able to leverage both organic and paid. And that helps already that you were already putting out content consistently. So you kind of had the creative covered in that aspect. That's incredible. Absolutely. So what's one thing that you wish someone told you before you launched this thing?
That it's going to take a lot more money and time than you think it is. I know that sounds so cliche, right? But it's so true. Just knowing that that's part of the process, it's not a mistake. I've been 6 months down the road in 2 different development atmospheres and making decisions and changing things up that were really costly. And I think that just understanding that might be part of your process too, and giving yourself grace and permission, honestly, to move forward and trust that you're not the first person that's done this and you won't be the last, but just be patient, because what you're building is so much better. And on the other side of that, just don't be afraid to make those decisions early on.
That's some great advice right there. Well, last thing for you, Alison, where is the best place for people to follow you and download the app?
Yeah, so you can follow me at Alison Lumbatis, and you can download the app at outfitformulas.com or on the app stores.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the random FaceTime. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.